bent knees, everything in alignment. If you're standing, we work on that alignment too, from our feet all the way, following that line of energy up our bodies to our shoulders, down through our arms and fingers, then up through the crown of our head, right? And making sure we have our heads on straight, pulled back a bit so we can open up that heart. And never locking into our knees, but maintaining just a bit of a bend and focused energy there on the muscles that surround the knee to keep that structural stability and strength there in our knees, okay? And as we're here, let's just lift up our toes. Feel the presence of the ball of your foot underneath. And as you do, send that energy up through the ball of your foot, 2 places maybe towards the front of the foot, 2 back towards the heel. Send that on up through your legs. See how far up that energy travels. That will depend on how much you're pressing down into the ball of the foot, but still maintaining that slight bend in the knees, okay? And then go ahead and let your toes relax down. Find as you did that, your body was probably back just a bit when you lifted your toes. Toes come down, your body shifts just a little bit forward. So just notice the shifting of our body today as we work in and out of our various movements. Bend into your knees just a little bit. Inhale, lift your arms up. Lengthen. Exhale, bend into your knees. Come into a cactus arms. And again, we're not squatted with a big knee rotation. Our knees are in a neutral alignment here. Exhale. So we're just coming in a short little squat, not a wide-legged open horse stance or goddess stance, okay? Our arms might be working in and out of goddess a little bit. Inhale, exhaling down, just warming up sides of our body, getting into our breath, because I'm hoping that this is your what? Your inhale, and this is your what? Your exhale, right? Okay, do 2 more sets. Fix your gaze straight ahead. Let your feet plant, let your arms rise, and let your arms come on down to the sides. Good, I'm already feeling that in my arms, and I'm going to take my hands to the tops of the chairs, okay? Or maybe chair and a piece of furniture, but I want to be stable, all right, on both sides. So we're going to work a little bit on strengthening our balance and strengthening the ability to move and in those hips, okay? So right now, just rise into the balls of your feet. Exhale it down, come into a slight little bend, okay? Inhale, rise to the balls of your feet. Exhale, slowly down, bend into your knees just a bit, maintaining that upright spine. Our spine's going to want to come forward when we bend into our knees. Let's try to set everything on top of our hips, okay? And then rise up, press through the balls of your feet. Inhale. Exhale, take it down. 2 more on your own, okay? That bend can be slight or even not at all. Just getting used to having these 2 structures on the side of us that are going to end up giving us some stability and a little bit of strength. All right, let's take and press weight into my right foot. This might look left to you, but I'm going to press into my right. Pick my left leg up. Flex into my left foot. Remember, there's a slight bend in this standing leg, okay? And accentuate the muscle to bone here on this standing leg. Take your knee across. See if you can touch almost that chair, all right? Bring it back. Open up, maybe touch that other chair and bring it back. Let's place that foot down. Exhale. Walk it out just so we don't have any kind of locking effect there. taking weight and strength into your left leg, pressing down, feel that energy rising up. Lift your right foot up with a flex, press solidly, rooting down into one, rising up from the other, and take it across, maybe almost touching that chair, maybe not, bring it back. We just want that internal rotation, and then we're going for that external rotation over to and towards that other chair. Bring it back, take it down. Let's rise up, inhale, exhale, bend. Rise up, inhale, exhale, bend. And come on back, 2 flat feet. Let's do that same thing, only I'm going to do 2 times on each side. So that means we need to strengthen that standing leg a little bit longer, okay? If not, then just place the foot back down, okay? Right foot takes weight, left bends into the knee. I pick it up, I hear the snap, crackle, pops in my ankle, and I take that knee across my body, internal rotation. As I do, guys, I'm not taking the whole body, all right? I'm trying to leave everything forward and just let my hip on this side feel that stretch. Bring it forward, take it over. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Bring it back forward, place that down, walk it out, shimmy and shake, get into your hips. You guys have all that stability right next to you. So move and groove as you would like. Good. And now let's take the other side and strength and length on the left side now. Let my right foot rise up into that flex position. And as I do, I feel an engagement here in my core, okay? Take it across, exhale. Inhale, bring it back forward. Exhale, open. Inhale. One more time, exhale across. Inhale here. Exhale it open. Bring it on back, set it on down, and go ahead and walk it out. If you want, you can take your arms and walk it out too, or just get into your ankles, toes, feet, knees, right? And your hips. Good. All right, let's go ahead and take that stance with feet, hips distance, parallel to one another. Place weight in your right foot, lift your left knee up, and let's just hold here as we take some circles. So we're working on strengthening the standing leg again. Let's reverse that. And we're getting all the little pops and the stagnant energy out of that ankle. Good. Raise it up maybe a little higher if that feels right to you, and then set that foot down. Good. And walk it out so we don't, again, have any kind of locking action there. And just because it's fun to wiggle. All right, take weight into your left foot and strength into the core. Lift that right foot up. Notice how much you're pressing down on your chair, how much energy you're needing there, or is it kind of a light energy, all right? Whatever it is, it's what you need, all right? Go ahead and take that. And remember, it's pressing down, it's not pulling in on those chairs, all right? We want to keep all 4 legs on the ground of the chair, and then reverse. And I'm breathing. Good. And then just lift, maybe a little bit higher. Feel that stretch in the hip and the glutes. Slowly take that foot down and walk it out. Let your hips go. Good. Let's do another couple things with the legs, and we're going to start working with the arms. Okay, go ahead and lift up one leg here, and let's take circles, okay? So we did that external and internal, and now I'm just taking circles, and they could be really low here, all right? And they could be really small or you can take them a little bit bigger. I'm glad we don't have smell-o-vision because I've got my dogs in here and they are farting. I don't know why, but they certainly are. Let's go around in the other way. But those of you with dogs or pets, that's like our husbands, right? Or just people or ourselves. Sometimes I can't stand myself. All right, let's go ahead and put that foot down. Not that I'm talking about that, but yoga gets things moving. So it may happen. It's happened a lot in classes where I was actually, live in person with people. Not me so much. I really try to watch that, but others. And in the Temescal too, it's happened. Go ahead, place weight into your left foot. Let that right one come up and let's go ahead. Let's see, did we do circles with that ankle? Yes, I think we did. Let's go ahead and take circles with our hip here. Big, small, little, whatever size you want, whatever height you want. But again, working into and go around the other way. So strengthening legs, big muscle groups here. And let's rest it down. Whew. Go ahead and pump that out because I don't know about you, but I'm feeling that in my hips. Good. Let's do a little bit up for the upper body now. My right hand staying on the chair, my left hand's lifting up. And I'm taking myself over, pressing down here, now pulling, and I'm sending that energy from my left foot all the way up through my left fingers. This is just supporting, helping me by pressing down here to lift a little bit more open on that side. Bring myself up, exhale, bend into my knees, float myself up. Come on down, bend into my knees, float myself up. There you go. Now, left hand takes to the chair, right hand rises, feet are planted, lift, lift, lift. Take yourself over. Press down into that right foot. Your right arm's trying to take the right foot with it. So press down there. Send your energy towards the left. And then bring yourself up. Exhale, take it down. This time, when we bend into our knees, we're going to take kind of like a little snaky motion, okay? So you're going to bend, you're going to rise up a little bit on the balls of your feet. You're going to let your hips come a little bit forward and then straighten up as you come all the way up. Come down slowly, come forward with your knees up onto the balls of your feet. Let your hips come out just a bit. Rise up with your heart. Take yourself down one more time. We bend. We bring our knees forward. We come onto the balls of our feet. Hips forward, heart lifts. Take yourself on back down here. Good. All right, let's take those side bends a little bit deeper. Still using these chairs, okay? So lift one arm up. And now this arm, instead of staying here, I'm going to let it slide down the chair. All right? And I'm going to feel that I'm able to open up more on this side of the body because here I can only go so far. Here I might go even all the way to the seat. All right? Just see where your body lands in space. Right? We don't push it. We don't make it happen. We don't fight, struggle and suffer. Don't do any of that. Slide back up. Inhale. Exhale. This hand comes down. And let's take into the knees and the shoulders. Rise up. Take into the knees. Shoulders forward. Rise up. One more time. Up, back, bend into the knees. And up, forward, bend into the knees. Good. Let's do this again. Rise up, left arm, slide down. And maybe you want to just stay here. That's fine. Okay, take it on over again. Seeing that this foot staying planted, really open up here, side of the hip and the front of the hip. Only if you like to. you know, a little bit more, you can lift that other arm up off the chair. Okay, and suspend, bring yourself up. Exhale, this hand comes down, we bend into our knees, float our arms up, inhale. Exhale, bend into your knees, float our arms up, inhale. Exhale. This side now, slide on down, take it over, press down into my foot. Really find that length, find my stability in my legs. And again, hand can be here and you don't come as far over. If you want, only if you want, this arm can lift up, lengthening both of those arms outward. And then take yourself up. Slowly, release that arm down. Good. And let's just march a little bit here. Picking up those feet, maybe a little bit higher than you do when you walk, right? That's what a march is. Do, 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 and then they do it in a rhythmical manner. All right, so we've worked into lower body, upper body. Let's do a little bit of twists now. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take both hands to one chair, and already I feel myself twisting. I'm going to take the back hand around, maybe find that other chair. Okay, maybe, or maybe just my hip. All right, so it depends on how far out your chairs are, what your flexibility is in your shoulders and your spine. And then if you like, you can take your head and gaze over that back shoulder. Find yourself in the standing twist, supported with the chairs. Slowly come out of that spiral head first, back hand next. Other hand around and bring yourself back. Bend into your knees, high on the balls of your feet. Bend into your knees, high on the balls of your feet. Good, and walk it out with feet flat. So how do we walk with our feet flat? We walk with our hips, okay? And don't go very far, but you look cute, right? You're walking with those hips, getting into that whole area of our root chakra and all these lower areas of our body. Okay. And coming on up, let's go ahead and take the other hand over to the chair. That might be it for your twist, and that's fine. Otherwise, that forward hand stays in the chair. The back hand wraps around you. Maybe it comes to that other chair. And you can always move your body or move the chairs if you want to have that connection, all right? And then from here, I'm going to go ahead and start to look over that back shoulder. Both hands connected somewhere, okay? Good. Wrapping, unwrapping with my head first, my back hand second, my front hand third, the rest of my body follows. Good. Let's go ahead and now pick up your knees in an externally rotated way. Before we were marching forward, let's take them just out. Maybe they kind of tap or get close to that chair, okay? Some of you are thinking, I thought this was chair yoga. Yes, we've got 2 chairs today, okay? And we will get into there again too. But I know all of you and myself, definitely included, can benefit in this strengthening of our lower bodies too. All right, now let's go ahead and take the chair. So, or at least if you're using one chair, so it faces you. We're going to use the lower section of that chair. Just a bit. And have them close enough that you're, can maybe stand farther apart than hips distance between those chairs. because we're going to use them right now more for alignment than anything else, all right? And also as a target as we move in and out of a little bit of our standing warriors, okay? So the first thing I'm going to do is take this left foot and I'm going to turn the toes out towards this chair that's on my left side. My right foot staying where it is, toes are towards you, okay? And then I'm going to bend into that front knee. And I'm going to bend so that knee is above that ankle. So I might not be very wide, or you can always move the chair, move the foot, and be wider. But I want where your knee touches the chair or the piece of furniture to be right above your ankle. So again, that really depends on how wide your stance is going to be, okay? This is our setup for Warrior 2. And then our arms come out, just like this, okay? So I want you to reach forward in one direction, tap the top of the back of the chair, come up, bring yourself back, keeping that knee where it is. See if you can tap the back of that back chair, the top of the back of that back chair. A lot of prepositions there. Come on forward. Then if you want, you can just stay here, or you can lower it and stretch a little bit more. Rise up. One more time back here. Target. Bring it up. Good. And then from here, we're going to bring our bodies over. Take your hand to the top of that chair. Okay, press down with your palm. Press into the outside part of this back leg. Lift your arm up. Okay, and we're in side angle pose. Feel yourself breathe and lengthen that side of your body, arm up. Rise up, inhale. Let's take it over, bicep by your ear. Good. And then from here, let's take and make some circles. Seeing if you can bring your arm towards the outside of one chair and towards the back of that other chair. And again, those are just kind of visual targets for us. And then reverse that. Using breath. Lifting on my inhale, exhale. And I'm watching my hand so that I can get a good little stretch in my neck. 2. One more. Stopping here, rising up, straightening my leg, bringing both feet back into a wide-legged 5-pointed star here, okay? And before we go on, let's just bend a little into our knees and take some circles with our hips, okay? It's hard to move those hips if you don't have bent knees. They'll tell you that in any salsa class. A lot of people try to move their hips and they don't have their knees bent. Their hips don't go very much into what we're trying to do there. Go ahead and go around in the opposite way. Bend into your knees and just feel the freedom of your hips in the sacral area, sacred sacral area of our bodies. And then lift up. Hands can stay on hips to begin with. Let's take this right foot now. That's my right, might look left to you. Toes go out, forward, these toes forward this way. These toes stay forward towards you, okay? And then I'm gonna bend into my front knee. Now, my bend is allowing that bend to be right on top of my ankle, but that's not very wide for me. So I am going to move the chair and move my feet. And actually, I'm gonna take my socks off now. Warming up. And we're just finding that alignment for our feet that works for us, okay? I'm long-legged, so I need a little more open stance. So toes, when I look this way, that's my forward. When I look this way, that's my forward, and my toes will stay there. And then I'll raise my arms up, inhale. And I'm gonna exhale over. Maybe I tap that chair or that surface or that target, come back, tap, bring myself back. And I'm trying to keep that knee bent right above my ankle, and that is a marker for me, the front of the chair, because I can feel it there. Pull forward, tap, bring yourself back. Take yourself in this direction, tap, and bring yourself up. Good. And then bring yourself over, over, over. Take your hand to the chair, press down. The other thing you can do if you want to go a little lower is take your forearm to your thigh. Okay, we've done that a lot. And then take your arm up. Feel that length, feel the strengthening of your legs. And we're supported here with the chair. Okay, lots of ways to use that chair and still call this chair yoga. Lift up and take it over, stretching into extended side angle here. Good, and how about some circles? Lengthen. Inhale, exhale, take the hand down. Inhale it up. Watch your hand if you want to get into a little bit of neck movement there. Otherwise, just keep your head in a fixed position. One more round this way. And let's reverse. Should feel your leg. And if you've decided to sit down into warrior two, beautiful, please do that. And lift, lengthen, and bring yourself back up. Straighten that leg, that feels good. And walk your feet back in. And just lift a little bit here. Bring those chairs maybe a little bit closer, because we're going to use them to forward fold in a way that's really going to maintain a straight spine and a protected spine so that we're not going to round into ourselves. We're just going to take our hands to the chairs, the top of the chairs, okay? I'm going to let my tailbone go out. I'm going to look straight down, have my feet underneath my hips, and those chairs, I'm going to move them in so that my wrists are about underneath my shoulders there, but still enough room so that my knees can fit in between there if needed. Don't get scared. All right, go ahead, raise up on the balls of your feet, bend into your knees, just come into a little bend and a little forward motion with your head, and then bring yourself up, pushing into the seat of the chair. And now stay with straight legs. Just bend your elbows. Place your forearms on your chairs. Feel the flaying out of your pelvic region, out of the hip bones will flare out when you're doing this. And before we leave this position, again, check in. Straight spine, forearms on the chair. Take your heels out, toes in, and feel that difference when we internally rotate those feet. And I'm looking straight down. And I'm just breathing, getting a good stretch in the back side of my legs. Your legs, knees can be bent, should have that slight bend in them anyways. Find that earth connection with your feet. Send that energy up through your legs. And then hands onto the chair, press into straight arms, and bring yourself on up into standing mountain pose. Good. Let's go ahead and take our seat onto one of the chairs. And I'm going to have the other one facing me. Okay, so you say, yay, hallelujah, sitting down in the chair. And this other chair we're going to use to get a little bit more opening in the back side of the legs. If you want, you can not use a chair and just be extending legs down or making modifications in a different way. But right now I'm just facing that chair like I'm facing my fears or like I'm facing my peers. And sometimes our peers can be our fears, right? And I have my ankles open and I'm pulling in my toes and kind of letting the top of my front part of my foot connect to the earth there. And then I'm going to go ahead and just take my feet flat and sit now into a mountain pose, hero's pose, straight spine, whichever feels best for you here. Good. And then let's go ahead, take our feet as wide as that chair in front of us and take and walk our sits bones back on the chair that we're seated on so that we can stretch out that spine. I'm going to place my hands one on top of the other or a pillow, and I'm going to rest my head on my wrists, on my forearms, on a block, on a pillow. I want to have my spine as straight as I can. Okay. And let's just breathe here a few breaths to transition into seated and using the chair in a little different way. Good. And then lift your head, take your hands to the side of the chair, and we're going to do a little bit of hanging cobra. So my feet are flat, and I'm going to press into the chair, the second chair. I'm going to lift my seat off of the chair that I'm on, and I'm going to just let my heart come forward and cave a little bit into my lower spine, like you were doing a cow pose, okay? And then I'm going to come back into the chair, find myself back, forehead on my arms, exhale, or forehead on the chair. And then take my hands back, come onto the balls of my feet, lift myself out of the chair, bring myself forward, and either on the balls of your feet or flat feet, let that back cave in at the base so that the heart can expand and explore outside of itself. Feet down, bring yourself on back to the chair, and let's sit up in a wide-legged position here. Let's take our right forearm to our right thigh, take the left arm over, extending out here. And then open up that shoulder, open up your palm, take it down and let it come across where that other chair is. And then send it on up and over, exhale. Shoulder opens, palm opens, directing your energy towards that other chair. Lift on up, send yourself over, exhale. One more time, shoulder opens, arm opens, take yourself up and back over here. Lifting back into center, left forearm on left thigh, right arm comes up and over, and let's find that lengthening first before we open up a bit. And now pull that right shoulder in an opening way. It opens up our palm upward. Take it across. Send it back up and over. Exhale. Open up. Bring it around. Exhale it over. Open. Come around. And exhale over. One more time. Open up, express, and open and release in that form of going into a circle, semicircle, or kind of a oblong, and then bring your body up. Good. And now take your hands onto that second chair. Just going to press down as I open up through my heart. Inhale. And then I'm going to pull myself into myself. Exhale into a cat. Press down, hands on chair and into feet. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Few more, you guys, with your breath. You ladies, friends, fellow yogis. 2 more, please. So having that share just helps us to expand that opening, maybe reaching a little bit more, and exhaling, pulling ourselves back into ourselves here. And bringing myself back up, walk my hands back to my thighs, and bring my legs forward. And now maybe you'll be able to lift a foot onto that second chair. If so, please do. If not, take it onto a block, okay? If that chair is too high, we just take it on to the outside of a block, okay? So find what works for you. We want to get that external rotation going. We want to have a support on the outside of our left foot is the foot that I lifted and put on there. So whichever one you did, I don't think I said left or right. And the other foot I'm just going to place on the outside of its sided chair leg, okay? I'm going to find length in my spine. I'm going to take my left hand, or whichever hand is on the leg that's on the chair, and I'm going to slide it down to that foot. I'm going to slide the other hand up the side body to my armpit, and my elbow rises up into a twist here. And then I'm going to slide back to center, slide the hand down on the foot that's grounded as the other one rises up and coming into a twist here. Hand to armpit area, and then bring it back into center and back at both knees. Take it on down and take it on up. Inhale. Exhale, comes back into center. And, or this can be the exhale, reaching down as you come up. That feels better to me. And then bringing this up on an inhale. Exhale. Kind of flow with that. Okay, 2 more sets. Flowing means you go with your breath and not my count. Should feel that in the hip here, in your legs, in the side body, so many places. So it's a multi-sensorial, multi-action movement there. I'm going to go ahead and let that foot come back down off of the block or off of the chair. And I'm going to place it on the outside of that front chair leg. The other foot comes to block, or I find myself on the outside of my foot and my hip is open. So whether it's on the chair or on the block, and at any height on that block or any piece of furniture or on the ground even, you can do this, all right? Start with hands on knees, and then exhale, hand towards foot as the other hand comes to armpit here, and then bring yourself back up to center. Exhale it on down. And as you do, the other one comes up. And take it on back. Inhale. Keep going, you guys. Exhaling down. Inhaling, bringing it up. Take it on down. Bring yourself up. Exhale it down. Just a minute. I think there's someone at my gate. Hold on, you guys. Randy, hi. You're here. Oh, okay. That's okay. I'm in class. I'll be out in a minute. A little bit. I'm coming back. Sorry, guys. Yeah, that I have someone coming to help me today, and I'm supposed to be here at 9:30 so that it wouldn't interrupt my class, but he's a little late, but that's okay. All right, so let's go ahead and come out of that, and let's go ahead and take that one chair away, and let's just work out of our single chair here, and find yourself in a place that you can have your feet planted on the ground, and your hands here. Take your left foot in, take the right foot over. And again, if this isn't available to you, we have a block and we can put the foot on the block, okay? And that will work just as well. We wanna try to squeeze the lower part of our body together. Legs are coming, internally rotating, all right? I'm gonna work on some more joints for this cold weather. And we've already circled our ankles. If some of you may be able to do this, wrap that foot behind, great. If not, don't do it. It's just through the years I've been able to manage to do that. And we're gonna come into eagle, all right? So raise your arms up, inhale. My right leg is over my left. So my right arm comes under my left, or vice versa, whichever works for you. Go ahead here. Pull down, and then if it's in your practice to take those forearms closer, maybe holding on at wrists or at your palms, lift up, inhale. Exhale, let's take it on into a bow, elbows towards your knees. Release your head in that pocket between your biceps. Rise up. Inhale, arms lift. And let's do that again. Exhale, taking yourself forward. Raise on up, inhale. And exhale, releasing out of that. Arms rise up. Exhale, take it on down. And let's go ahead and release that top leg. Let it be free. Let it move to the center as the other leg crosses. So that's my left now crossing over or on that block, squeezing legs together wherever they are, maybe finding that double twist. And again, only that feels right. You really have to have an ankle that's ready for that and a knee. So I would not suggest that for everybody, okay? And it's just an add-on, you know? Add-ons cost more, so don't even be bothered. All right, raise your arms up, inhale, lengthen, exhale. So my left is over. So in Garasana, eagle pose, that means whatever leg is over on the top, the other arm comes under. Don't know why. I'm sure there's some science or something about that, but that's the way it's taught. Pulling our shoulders down, maybe releasing our arms. Garurasana, eagle pose, lifting up. Really good for our joints. Exhale, down, bow. Also really good for our urogenital system. Inhale up, exhale. So more you squeeze, right? And release and squeeze and release and squeeze all those kegels. Inhale up. Exhale, release your wings. Rise up, inhale. Exhale, take them down as that top leg releases. Good. Keep knees together. Move those feet apart. Find yourself on the edge of your chair. Okay. And let's just do a little bit of cat-cow here. Hands here. Inhale, lift chest through your bicep area. And exhale, curl tuck round. Try to press your feet solidly on the ground. And I know we're in this awkward position of knees to knee. Exhale. Bring yourself up. Inhale. Exhale, take it on. But because we are doing this with that internal rotation, we're getting some different hip work, pelvic girdle work. Come on back to the center. And now let's do the opposite. Let's take our feet together, open up our knees. Okay, so now I'm on the outside of my feet. And I'm going to go ahead and do some cat-cow here. Pull chest forward. Can never do too much. Cat and cow. Exhale, curl tuck round. Please build this into your lifestyle. So easy because it can be done in so many different ways. But it will really keep your spine youthful. 2 more, please. Excellent. Go ahead and sit on straight. Walk your feet out to where your knees and ankles can be in alignment, and finding a really nice opening. We've done a lot of hip opening, so maybe yours feel a little more freer than they normally would. And if you want, you can lift from sits bone to walk those feet out a little bit more and open. Just really depends on what your more is, or what, if you even want that. Okay, let's do a little bit of goddess pose. And as we do, let's press. So we're going to start here. Okay, we're going to press our legs apart, let our arms come up, exhale down. Take our hands to the outside of our knees. Give a press in without the legs going anywhere. Lift up, inhale. Exhale, pull down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hands come down to right here. Back of my hand, pushing out, right? As my knees stay planted, or maybe it helps me open up a little bit more. Take my hands back down into prayer in the center. Do that one more time. Press, lift, inhale. Exhale, pull it down into cactus arms. On up. Exhale down to the outside of your knees. Can you press in and push out? Pressing in with hands, pushing out with legs. Oh my goodness, yes, you're going to feel this in your glutes, and you're going to say, oh, Matt, Julie, rise up, inhale. Exhale it down. Take the backs of your hands to the inside of your knees. Let's have a little bit of isometric time here. Pressing in with hands in with knees and out with hands. Take hands and set them in the center, and bring those hands up into prayer. Let's take one elbow towards your thigh. Lift up, inhale. Exhale, take the other elbow towards, if not on, the other thigh. And now take a twist. Bring yourself back into center. Twist on over. Bring yourself back into center, releasing hands here. Oh, my legs want to really move in right now. I don't know about yours, but I'm feeling this, okay? Right everywhere. So I'm going to want me to feel it a little bit more, just because I know that's good for me. So I'm going to come into figure 4. Aha. Again, this doesn't work for you. This makes a nice figure 4 right here on a block, okay? Please be good to you. No suffering. I know when I was into Bikram's yoga, that was his big thing, suffer, suffer. It's like, oh man, really? No, that's not what this yoga is about. Plus he ended up being a real womanizer, all that kind of stuff. Flexing into foot here and feeling that into this outside area. Good. Let's go ahead and take a little twist here. Hold onto your knee, press behind you in the chair, and then just take a look over the back side. We've gotten a few good twists today. We'll go ahead and release. Take it in the other direction. Lengthen here, right? And then go ahead, taking a look over that back shoulder. And then bringing myself back and let that foot come down. So I'm sitting in my living room of my casita, switch hands. And I love this space because everything I look at has significance, right? And I'm sure that's the way it is for your home. Flex into your foot, feel that here. But as I look that way, I'm looking into this buffet. No, what do you call it, buffet? It's like a china cabinet, right? Let's go ahead, hand here and back. That is as old as I am. And it's filled with about a third of my dog collection. I've got these dogs from all over the world that either I've collected from being there, come back straight, and let's reverse, or that people have given me from their travels, or that I bought antique stores, etc. And it just always brings a smile to my face. And I think sometimes, okay, it's time to weed those out, start selling or giving them away. And it's like, no, it's not. I want to still enjoy them. So go ahead and sit up straight and tall here. Take a couple breaths. And I hope you're enjoying your space and your place and the things that are around you, and finding a little smile and a little memory, you know, as we look at those things, instead of feeling burdened by them. You know, it's like, yeah, something happens to me today. My daughter will figure it out, right? But I'm going to enjoy it as long as I want or can. Let's go ahead and take your hands, interlace behind you, scooch to the edge of your chair, press down, squeeze, open up that heart. Yeah, feel the shoulders pulling back and down. Feel your heart expanding, only gazing up with the bridge of your nose if that feels right for you. Open-hearted. Feels really good to be open-hearted instead of closed-hearted, right? This will remind us it's hard to be unhappy when we have these open hearts. But sometimes, and go ahead back to the center, we open our hearts and it might unravel a lot of stuff for us, and maybe tears fall. And those are tears of need, right? We want to release and let go. Tears are a beautiful way of cleansing, of doing alivia in that way. Let's go ahead now and just sit quietly and breathe. Take hands down, lift up, inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. Rise up, inhale. Exhale, blossom open, chin to chest. Rise up. Let's do this a few more times. Just a little bit of a simple little flow here. Like a lotus blossoming, like a flower blossoming. You picture whatever flower that is that you love. And it's amazing that some flowers are still blooming out there. Some of my snapdragons, calendula. My rosemary has some of those little purple flowers on them. One more time, rising. Exhale, hands come into heart center. I honor the place in you where the universe dwells. I honor that place in you where there is love and there is light, there is peace and there is joy.